Well, good morning again. We've been playing around with some of our audio here. And again, this is our test, some of the testing for our upcoming pause. Now, we're going to have pauses, which means we're going to have a number of times every single Wednesday, probably Wednesday, that's what we're thinking at the moment, of our new Soul Food Devos. Now, we've had Soul Food Devo 1, Soul Food Devo 2, and Soul Food, both of those, we went through the Bible chapter by chapter, all 1189 of them twice. But what I was thinking about with this particular version of the Soul Food Devos is that we're going to do probably some of the music style wise that we did in December with some of the older hymns as well as some of the contemporary songs, and we'll give you a bite of encouragement on a Wednesday. But we're also going to do at various times each of the books of the Bible. Now, we're not going to do the chapters this time, we're going to do the books. And so we really want you to be encouraged. It's going to be 12 noon or so on Wednesdays, starting the first week of February. And we want you to talk to others about this, share it with them, particularly if they have a lunch break, because that's really what we're talking about when it comes to a bite of encouragement. I was going to put a bit, and then I thought a bite of soul food made more sense because it's really a bite of encouragement. So, why am I doing this again? The idea of Soul Food Devos. Well, way back, probably 6, 7, 8 years ago now, a friend of mine challenged me. He knew that we were doing online ministry and we were doing our church online. We are the Dines Pentecostal Online Church. Should have introduced myself if you're here for the first time. My name is Pastor Gord Clark, or just Gord Clark. And we'd love for you, if you're here for the very first time, click the subscribe button, notification bell, and join us every Wednesday starting the first Wednesday of February. But you can also join us every single Sunday when we have our sermon, and that's early, that's 8 a.m. And now are going to have our full stream with all the songs and all the music and that's at 9 a.m. now, Eastern Standard Time. So if you're not familiar with what we do, we really encourage you to click on the subscribe button, notification bell. There's literally hundreds of videos you can watch. But when we were talking about doing this, Soul Food Devos again, I was reminded of Pastor Lori Gibbons asking me to find a way to do a Bible study online. Now, of course, that was leading into COVID. Actually, we were doing it before, but as it led into COVID, that became something that almost every church did. Every church did some kind of online ministry. Now, a lot of people have gone away from that as far as churches, and actually, I think that that's a good thing. We are very pro the local church. I grew up in the local church. What we do is an online ministry, an online church. That's very different. And we encourage people, if you can get to a good Bible-believing local church, go. If you're in the Fort Erie area, I got a great one for you to go. Go to my son's church. That's Bethel Pentecostal Assembly in Fort Erie. If you're in the Brantford area, go to my sister's church. That's Life Quest Community Church. They meet in the afternoons on Sundays. And so I just want to encourage you that we are going to have another series of Soul Food Devos. And I want you to be encouraged. Going week by week, it's challenging sometimes, even for the follower of Jesus, to be really, really encouraged and joyful and joyous, because there are times in life where the emotions don't feel joyful. Now, we know the Bible talks about the fact that we can have joy in the spite of what is happening. Now, you know that my brother-in-law, if you've been following, my brother-in-law went to be with Jesus a couple of weeks ago. Just this past week, it was 4 years since my father went to be with Jesus. And things can be tough. But you can find joy and you can find encouragement. And if you can't find it, I think you can find it in what we do. Now, I just realized something, and my wife is going to point this out. I left out the E of encouragement. But did you notice it is an intro? It's a test. So we're not practicing, but we're just giving you a bit of encourage. There's an E missing, encouragement. So we're not perfect, not by any means. But what we are is people that really believe in what God has for us. And it's valuable. Now, it's a Friday. There's another thing that you can do on a Friday. My sister Joanna has a tremendous thing on Facebook on Fridays, right around noontime. And she calls it Faith Lift Fridays. She started a couple of years ago. It's followed by hundreds and hundreds of people. So if you need a little bit of encouragement just today, tune in to Life Quest Community Church, Life Quest Community. You can find that on Facebook right around noon, and Joanne will share with you. And it's the first time that if I think it's even the first time that she's doing that since the loss of her husband. So it would be an encouragement to her as well if you watched it. Now, I want to make a special shout out. My sister-in-law, Elodie, it's her birthday today, and she is 5 years old. And she is, my brother, of course, is dealing with cancer. So Elodie has been working at her normal job, which she does as an educator, and she's trying to help out with my brother. And so if you want to drop her a little note on Facebook, Elodie Hagel Clark, is it Clark Hagel? I don't remember. But the point is that she could use that as well. We can all use encouragement, all of us. But as a follower of Jesus, you can know the one who can bring you through anything. It's either here or into eternity. Thank you for being with me. I do encourage you, again, to share this. We'll come back. We may do another one of these kind of test ones, but we're going to, for sure, start the first Wednesday of February. That's our hope and our prayer. So I say for sure, but that's our hope and our prayer, that we'll be able to give you our first pause, not my hands, but pause, right at noon, each Wednesday, for some soul food, a midweek bite of encouragement, spelled correctly. God bless you.